this birth prep and pelvic floor relaxation series. In this series, I'm going to go through different movements to help you prepare for labor and birth. So there's lots and lots to take away from these videos. It's going to be 6 videos. There is no specific sequence to these movements. You can really just try them out and then stick with the ones that work best for you, the ones that you like. Maybe there are some that don't feel so great. So just leave them out, that's not a problem at all. But yes, it's a little bit of a collection of movements to help you prepare for the special time. So because there is no specific sequence, maybe you've already watched this intro. I put it at the beginning of all the videos just because I don't know where some of you are going to start. So if you've already listened to me, you already watched this intro, just skip ahead, skip to the movement part. You don't need to listen to me again. But if this is your first time, stick with me because I do have some helpful tips to give you so that you can get the most out of this series and also best prepare for that labor and birth. So a quick note on the equipment I'll be using throughout this series. Sometimes I'm going to be using a yoga block or a small ball like this one, and these you can easily swap for a rolled up towel or maybe a pillow, so there's no need for you to buy these. We will also be using a Swiss ball or a stability ball. You can swap this one out for a chair or maybe sit on the couch on a softer surface. What I will say that it's not always exactly the same when we swap the stability ball out, for the simple fact that if we're moving on the ball moves with us and the chair and the couch won't. But again, it's not necessary for you to buy one. Just if you're going to invest in something, I would start here. I find that most pregnant women really love this, even just if you're working at home or relaxing, watching TV. Sometimes it's nice to just sit on it and move your pelvis around. So this is a great one to buy, but again, it's not necessary. And now just let me go over a few of the key points again to get the most out of this series. You'll want to start with these exercises around the 34th to 35th week in your pregnancy. And at this point, we really want to focus on releasing and relaxing and lengthening that pelvic floor muscle. So it's very different from what we do early in pregnancy or maybe postpartum, where we say, you know, lift the pelvic floor, engage the pelvic floor. We want to start to stay away from that, and we really just want to relax down there. So again, you want to start around the 34th, 35th week of pregnancy. Ideally, you would do a few of these exercises each day. I know it's not always possible, so just try to do as many as you can and as often as you can. Even a few exercises a day are great, so just pick the ones that you like. And again, we want to focus on lengthening, releasing, opening up the pelvis. This doesn't mean that we don't do any core work anymore. You can still work out, you can still do deep core workouts, but we will be focusing in those deep core workouts, we will be focusing more on engaging the transversus abdomen, whereas the pelvic floor, we want to keep it relaxed. So again, instead of saying wrap your core around and lift the pelvic floor, we don't want to lift. Just keep it relaxed. And the reason we do this is because a tense or in a hypertonic pelvic floor, which doesn't mean it's not strong, it doesn't mean weak, but it's just not tense, will make it harder for the baby to find its way through it. So the pelvic floor doesn't actually engage, it doesn't actually help us push the baby out, right? It actually has to more get out of the way to let the baby go through. So this is why we want to keep it as relaxed as possible going into these last weeks of pregnancy. And also another quick little note on weightlifting. If you're still going to the gym and lifting weights, that's totally fine. You can keep doing that. But this is also a great time for you to maybe start thinking of reducing the weight you're lifting and modifying some of the exercises. And this is because when we do compound movements like maybe a squat or a deadlift, and we have some weight, we can lift some weight, which is great. But the pelvic floor cannot help but engage in those movements. So again, you can keep doing that. It's also great to keep working out, but try to maybe dial it back with the weight a little bit and focus on technique, and then do these relaxation movements on the side. So as a final note, in this series, we're really going to be focusing on releasing and relaxing that pelvic floor. We're going to be focusing on opening up the pelvis and the hips. This is going to create more space for baby to descend and then eventually come out. We're going to be doing this through different stretches, mobility, and lots of breathing work. So I know that sometimes you might be thinking, well, what exactly do I have to do? This feels weird, or I'm not doing it right. Just keep at it. This is a skill that has to be learned, and it takes practice. So just find the movements that work best for you and keep at it, keep at it. You still have quite a few weeks to prepare for birth, and I promise it will make a difference. Alright, all that being said, let's get into today's movements. Okay everyone, here we are for another part of this birth prep series. We're going to be needing a block for this one, and like I said, you can also use a rolled up towel or a pillow. Works just as well. So leave this one on the side for the first exercise. We're going to get into an elevated child's pose. So instead of, bring your knees out wide here, but instead of coming down, basically extending our arms, we're going to stay nice and elevated, leaves more space for baby. And from here, we'll work on our breaths again. So big inhale, all the way around the core and deep into the pelvic floor. We're not pushing, we're just relaxing, and then exhale. No engagement of the pelvic floor. Just a little bit the transverse abdomen that comes in. And again, big inhale. And exhale. Want to keep a neutral pelvis, neutral spine. And again, inhale. Inhale into the pelvic floor. Long exhale. And again, this is just a variation of other breathing exercises we've done before, but that is sort of the goal of this series, is to show you a bunch of different options so that you can choose the one that works best for you. Okay, let's do one more. Alright, for the second exercise, we're going to be using our block or our towel. So you can place it under one knee and we get into an all fours position. Toes are stacked, hips over knees, shoulders over wrists. We're in a neutral spine position. And of course the pelvis is a little bit tilted to one side. And from here we're going to be doing cat-cow movement. So arching through the back, also looking up as we do that. And at the same time we inhale. So really focus on inhaling all the way down into the pelvic floor. And exhale, rounding to the spine. Tucking that tailbone down, and again, inhale. And again, this stacked or offset position at the pelvis helps us open one side a little bit more than the other. Let's do a few more reps. One more here. Big inhale. Very good. Of course, we have to do the same thing on the other side. So get into your start position, neutral spine, and here we go. Inhale. And release, round through the back. And again. This position, block or not, is going to be also great during active labor, and actually it's also a great position to deliver in. You're going to see more of this position, and we're going to talk about internal rotation of the hip to create more space in the back and lower part of the pelvis for the baby to come through. Let's do one more. Great. So we can set the block to the side for a moment, and now we're going to stretch our adductors. So again, we start on all fours, and then we extend one leg to the side. And here, we're just going to rock back. So again, you don't necessarily need to work with your breath here. We're more focusing on stretching the inner thigh. Stay in a certain position if it feels good. That's up to you. Okay, let's do two more here. All right, do the other side. Neutral spine, we're just rocking back, pushing those hips back until we feel tension in the adductor. Let's do a few more. Great. Okay, now we're going to get into a deep squat position. So place your feet at least hip width apart. Probably going to be a little bit wider, toes pointing slightly outwards, and we're going to come down as deep as we can, trying to keep our heels on the mat. And from here, also if you don't feel comfortable in this position, you can think of sitting on something to support yourself. This is also again creating that tactile feedback on the pelvic floor, which is not bad at all. So up to you, however you want to do it. And from here, we're going to work on our breaths again. So big inhale, widen the stomach, breathe around your baby, and long exhale. So as with any exercise in this series, if it doesn't feel great for you, just leave it out. You don't have to do them all. not everything works the same for everyone, so it's completely normal. Okay, and one more. Finish it off. Okay, now I'm going to show you 2 variations for the last exercise, mainly because I'm going to be laying on my back, and if that doesn't feel comfortable for you anymore, you can do the same exercise while laying on your side. So we're going to get into a half happy baby position. So calm down onto your back by supporting yourself. And from here, if this still feels comfortable for you, you can do this movement. Just grab your leg wherever you can, wherever your belly allows. And we're gonna stay in this position where you try to relax and take this big inhale again. Into the sides, into the back. Relax in the pelvic floor and then release. So again, this is one option. You can also do it by holding both of your legs. Big inhale through the nose. And exhale. Or again, if you cannot lay on your back anymore, if that's not for you, just lay on your side. Straighten the bottom leg, and then we're gonna go get the leg here, and we just simply do it from this position. So again, big inhale into the pelvic floor and out. Make sure if you are doing this option that you do it on both sides. Same as if we are doing the half happy baby. Make sure you're making it through both legs. Okay, support yourself in coming up. Alright, so we just did a few other options, a few other variations of exercises that are very good to relax your pelvic floor and get you ready for birth. We're going to keep going, there's more coming. Again, keep practicing, really visualize releasing the tension in the pelvic floor, and you'll be well on your way. I'll see you in the next one.